Good afternoon, how's everybody doing? And welcome back to the channel. So I had everything set up for a nice little intro showing the tolerance or the play in my what I thought was my front wheel bearing, and it is actually not my front wheel bearing. I've got a nice Moog front hub assembly, and it's not the problem. Actually, what the problem is, I put my bar under there, and to check it, you just, I don't know if you can see that movement or not. Got probably a good quarter to a half-inch movement, and is actually my upper ball joint. So I'm going to see if I can send that back to Amazon. I've had that quite a while. Usually don't have any problem sending that stuff back. It's Amazon Prime. I get most all my stuff from Prime. A lot of times, unless I go to the dealer, the stuff for these trucks are not in stock, so I just go right on Amazon and order it, and it's here within a day or so. Most everything I've used thus far is in the links below. Is in the description below with links. You can go right there and purchase any of the stuff that I've used, or some of the tools I use if you want to get those. Yeah, so I guess it's back to the drawing board. While I do have it up in the air, I'm going to move things around and do put some grease in there to try and tighten it up a little bit. It's not going to cure it, but it'll prolong it long enough for me to do get the ball joints out and get those replaced. And then my Carly link arms, those need adjusted. And also going back to the last video when I was having the fuel issue, I could not get that fuel line seated up properly. I even unloosened the isolators on the lines to try and get that just right and tighten it up, and it's still seeping a little bit. But upon further inspection, most of my fuel leak was coming from the fuel line that's in the back of the head. And what that's for, it's a banjo style nut, or a banjo style bolt. It works like what's on a brake caliper. It's got a crush washer, top and bottom, and what that's actually for, that picks up all the fuel that the injectors don't use. It runs through the head and goes back through there, and then tees in and goes, there's a return line back to the tank that it tees into. That was actually loose, so that's where all my fuel was coming from that was leaking on the driveway, and then the leak that I had talked about in previous videos. So I've got that taken care of, and so that's, I no longer have the issue of the fuel running down the back of the engine and running all over the driveway. So that number 4 injector, it's not leaking real bad, but yes, it is leaking. The other day when I was trying to get that number 4 injector line seated back up, another thing that I did that now I wish I wouldn't have, I thought it was going to be kind of easy to find, was you saw some people online, they've taken their crankcase vent and run it through with PVC and take it through your intake horn and your valve cover and run it out the back of the engine right there, and down by the transmission. I took all that out, and I thought, well, I'll just run and I'll grab a new hose that it's actually a molded hose that comes out and makes a 180-degree turn and goes down and goes into a catch can. Well, all of that stuff on my truck is missing. And I just thought, well, it should be, available here locally in one of the part stores, but no, it's not. So that's another thing I'm going to have to order. So right now it's just open. I mean, it's not real bad. It's just getting a little bit of oil residue up front, but everything is covered in oil anyway. These trucks are pretty dirty a lot. I'm trying to seal up all the leaks as I can, but every time I'm under it, it seems like I'm finding another leak that I gotta take care of. So, which is not a big deal. The truck's 16 years old, but I love them. We have them. We put a lot of money into them, and they're our pride and joy, basically. So, with that being said, I guess I'm going to try and put some grease. I could try and tighten up that upper ball joint to see if it's loose. I'll pull the cotter pin out. I doubt very much whether it's loose. I'm sure they've probably never been changed with the amount of miles that's on the truck. I'm going to almost guarantee they've never been changed. So, until my parts get here, we're just going to stuff some grease in it and try and run it. I just put grease in that joint, and that seemed to help a little bit, but there's still movement in there. Oh, right? Can't really see. So the only other thing I had going on is I had my exhaust tip mounted just a little bit too high. You can see where it was rubbing the body right there, so I dropped it down an inch. Also, another thing I'd like to do, and I think I don't like the way the truck sits with the lift on it. Right now it looks pretty good the way it's sitting because of, you know, I've got the front end sitting on jack stands. It's just a little bit raked to the back. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull off, take one leaf out of the back just to get it sitting down. I do have the Carly leaf pack in there also, along with the suspension lift that was put on there. So, you know, if I would pull one of those leaves out and put it back on there, I think it's going to get it sitting right where I want it. It's just a little bit too much rake. It's not sitting real level for me. I just don't like the way it looks. Tomorrow the stickers are supposed to be in, so anybody who's ordered those, they'll be getting mailed out right away. If you check the link below for the merchandise, the stickers are on there. Then also a link there, or there's also there's two different style of stickers, and then there's some t-shirts and stuff on there. If there's anything anybody else would like to see on there, you know, make a comment below and I'll see what I can do. You know, going back to that crankcase breather, if anybody knows, I don't think that you can. You know, like on the common rails, they have just the cover that's taken off with the like a 1/2-inch ratchet or a 1/2-inch breaker bar or something like that. I can't remember, and I don't really know if the second gen 5.9s, if they breathe from another spot. I don't think they do. I think that has to remain. I think it's Pure Diesel Power. Maybe they offer a relocation kit to take that canister off and you move it someplace on your frame rail. Then it has a petcock on the bottom where you can drain it. Just trying to do something a little bit different to clean up the front of the engine. My own anal retentiveness, I guess. Other than that, you know, I just like things neat and clean. So other than that, I know it's a boring video. It was supposed to be a lot more, but not today. So I'm going to try and do more uploads, more videos each and every day. But by the time I get home at 3:30 and we get my son's homework done, we don't have much time left in the day. So one thing I do have going on, I picked this up the other day. This is the start to the actual drift trike that's going to be made. Got a frame ordered. They're about a month out, month behind on getting them done and shipped. For the price, you really can't you can't beat it. It's going to be cut, coped, and all, you know, pre-assembled there. The only thing I have to do when I get it here is weld the frame together. So I'll just have to take and cut this neck off here and pick up some different bars and a different gooseneck. And you know, I have some parts up in my attic for, you know, the start. That I was going to start this a while ago, and I never got time, kind of lost interest, and then I started doing these videos and had less time. So but that's going to be on the channel. Will be a complete build for a drift trike. Be kind of my son and I's toy. So yeah, actually, you know, these, I did have a rear tire and I have a front tire. So the only thing I would have to do is build a set of forks and get another gooseneck, because you can use this back tire too. You just pop off this nut here and take that sprocket off, and then this side is just a little bit longer, which you can cut that off and shorten it and make them equal. So it's not a big deal. But for right now, you know, I picked that up off of Let Go yesterday for 50 bucks. And anybody who knows anything about the drift trikes knows that, you know, they're selling just the front tire and rim on eBay for right around $7,500. And I saw the fork assembly with it for upwards of $150. So I think I made out pretty good at $50. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we will talk to you guys the next time later on. Bye.